What's up? It's Mike Waters, and today I'm going to show you two of my favorite pieces of equipment. If you have an athlete performance training center, you should have both of these in your facility. And if you don't have it, I'll show you some alternatives. But let's get right into it. So this here is the Rogue belt squat. So we obviously know that traditional squats are very beneficial for athlete performance, explosive power, strength. However, with athletes, sometimes you don't want to load their spine, meaning having a bar on your back compresses and actually loads. So this belt squat is the exact opposite. So the weights are actually going to be around your waist, creating basically a different angle, but still just as effective. So this is the Rogue, which Rogue, it'll outlast you. So when you're gone, it'll still be here. Obviously, very advanced piece of equipment, but very, very valuable. So let's get into it and check it out. All right, so let's get it. So first things first, we got to put the belt around. So for me, I step off the platform, a little bit of squat here. You want to make sure you're locked in, and this is based on your height. So you have different levels there. So for now, we want to step onto the platform, stand up, and as you see, the weight releases. So these handles, we're going to pull back, get a good posture, feet a little wider than shoulder width, sink our hips. We want to go down to the least parallel and explode through the top. I'll get a couple reps for you. So as you can see, you can still get nice and deep. Actually, in some cases, you can get more depth on the belt squat than you can on a barbell squat, especially if you have tight hips, hip flexors, things like that that you need to work through. So this has to be in the program. This is the Rogue equipment piece, but any belt squat will be efficient and get the job done. So let's go on to my second piece of equipment that you have to have in your gym. So my second piece of equipment is right here. This is the Rogue Reverse Hyper. And like I said, this is Rogue. Both of these are Rogue, but it doesn't have to be. I just love Rogue because of the durability and the fact that it's gonna last forever. So the main reason that I like this and the reason that every athlete should have one of these as a part of their training program is because it really isolates the posterior chain, which in most athletes is very underdeveloped. So let's get right into it. Let me show you how it works. All right, so here we go. Let's get locked in. So we're here. Second leg is in, and on this one, I like to generate a little bit of momentum before I get started. And then we're going here and exploding all the way through the top. There. And then as you can see, it's one of the few exercises that has spinal extension and also flexion. So great exercise for athletes, developing posterior chain. So those are the two exercises, the two pieces of equipment that I think every athlete performance training center should have. But before we go away, here's what I want to show you. I want to show you two alternatives to these two exercises, because obviously every location or every gym may not have these pieces of equipment. They should, but if they don't, I'm going to show you two alternatives that you can do to still have the benefit and still have the effect. So let's get right into it. So here we go. This is our first alternative. So if you do not have the belt squat, here's a way that you can still have an effective, basically a belt squat or a simulation of that. If you don't have any equipment like belt harness or anything, I want to make sure that you can do it at any gym, any location, anywhere, anytime. So here, we're going to grab our dumbbells. We're going to grab them towards the top here, and we're going to go deep squat in, bring your hips at the top here. So see it, same mechanics, same motion. Sit your hips back, squeeze at the top, and we're working. So this is a great alternative if you do not have the actual belt squat machine. So for our second alternative, and remember, we're trying to work the posterior chain. So stability ball here, just something to anchor. It could be a sled, it could be anything that's gonna basically anchor you in. So let's get right into it. So we're here, good momentum. All right, so as you can see, that's basically gonna get you a similar effect as the reverse hyper. However, the reverse hyper, as well as the belt squat, you actually could tend to lift more weight, so you could add more resistance to it. But if you don't have those two, these are great alternatives to still be beneficial, still get the work done. So we'll see you on the next one. Keep working.